Oh, fuck.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some people you just can't reach. And I don't like it any more than you.
And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hot Topic Complicated. We coming in hot tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Fixing up some new stuff, doing some cool stuff, but definitely some technically, especially interesting stuff. Jay Cohen, ladies and gentlemen, our host tonight. We're still getting our screen together. No big deal.
Thank you, folks, for being here tonight. We're going to start the show here shortly. And we're going to have our little video roll in, and then we're going to start like proper. But
We've
let
already
us know
done
when
that,
we're
Jay.
good.
Hence,
Huh?
we are live. You must not.
Oh, we did that already?
We are live.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Hey, we're live.
Hey, awesome.
Okay, this is not a test run anymore.
No,
this is a live
very
deal.
clearly
Hey, look, Marvin's on the call now.
3 times.
And Marvin's on the call now.
What's
Look
up?
at
Yeah,
that.
we're working him in.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm late, but I have to leave for a board meeting at 7, so I'm
No
supposed to be
worries.
on.
We don't want to keep you.
Yeah, well, you know,
Right.
whole things.
I'll be on for another 10 minutes.
No worries. We're just fixing the stuff.
I turned on to see Lisa's beautiful face. That's what
Perfect. That's exactly what we hope the censors would say. I just got to add in Mark. Jay, if you want to go ahead and just explain what the heck this craziness is to people.
Beautiful.
Okay. I there we go. Show's live. Here we go. So, with all the information at our fingertips, how can we, the people, become more knowledgeable and then accountable? The Accountability Age presents the great internet debates, hot topic, hot potato, roundtable discussion. Let me start by setting the table. This is a bullpen of sorts, whereas the folks here, at least at the table, will engage in a civil discussion about the hot topics of the week. The show is to entertain and still educate the viewers with newsworthy stories of the now. We want to not sling mud at one another, but to stir the mud and stir it up and help build bridges and not walls. We will give everybody here, the folks here, a hot minute to share their thoughts and pass the hot potato on. Upon the end of their time, this hot minute will help laser focus their thoughts on their opening remarks round, the rebuttal round, and the bridge or the solution round. Someone can pass it if they like, or give their time to another. Now, let's introduce the guests at the table. We'll start with Lisa Simpson, and then we'll go around to Marvin, and then we'll head over there to Gary, Steve, and then Anthony. All right? So I'm going to toss it over to, and then you'll pass it back to me, and I'll say something. But here's Lisa Simpson, everybody.
Thanks, Jaster. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Jedi, the YouTube's working great.
Thank you for the
Lisa
report.
Simpson, 2020 and 2024 presidential candidate here. I look like a bleeding heart liberal, but I talk like an American first patriot. Super excited to talk about the acquittal today. I love the rebel flag. I actually have a lot of Black Patriot friends who rep the rebel flag. So I've been learning a lot of history in terms of like Black American history with the rebel flag. It's not nearly as hated as some of us might think. And I just want to thank Marv for his compliments. He's really motivating me to be my most beautiful self, even if talking about the ugliest things in human history.
All right, that's great. I'll keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Jay, who was
Nice.
next?
Go ahead and toss that tape over there to Marvin.
Go ahead,
I don't know
Marv.
what to talk about. Hi, I'm Marvin. I have no
Introduce
idea.
yourself.
Huh?
Introduce yourself.
My name is Marvin Cohen. I'm in Salinas, California. And the only thing I can say is that I have a nonprofit. I want to get up and running to overcome prejudice through education. And I'm an old fart. And I only know how to make gas. I don't know how to do anything else.
Okay, we're getting a few bings from my computer. There's your close-up, Marv. We're just getting people dialed in, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hot Topic Hot Potato on Around the Circle. Let's keep it going. It sounds like someone might have the show turned up. Check your mutes if you're watching the show on another platform. All right, keep it going.
Hey, toss it over to Gary.
Gary, who are you? What you doing here?
I'm Gary. I currently live in Naples, Florida area. I grew up here pretty much, and I used to live in California, Hollywood. Just moved away a couple years ago. Got out just in time.
Yeah.
No, I do love it there. I do love the weather. It's nice. I do like it, but yeah. So I guess you find out my views once we start doing the topics. So let you know.
There you go. All right, send it on around. Hot Topic Hot Potato. I'm just trying to squeeze a quick close-up in. There you go, Gary. Not the close.
All right, Steve,
close-up.
over to you. Pass that hot potato, guys. Let's get animated.
Yeah, bloom. Yeah, next week we're hoping to have our animated hot potato.
Okay, start the minute clock there, Jedi. Let's
Bro,
go.
let's go. Keep it rolling. You're right, Jay.
Can I say something, Gary?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gary, my youngest daughter was born in Naples, and I had an insurance agency in Cape Coral.
Oh yeah.
My ex-wife.
That's where I met you.
Naples.
That's right.
Yeah, Marvin. He was my buddy in Florida. That's why he's on the call.
Yeah, years ago.
Connect the dots. Okay,
right,
back
keep it
to
rolling.
Steve.
Close up. There you go. You're big and live and in charge. This is the best shot I have gotten of Steve since we started the show. Beard is looking good. Go, Steve. Who are you? Why are you doing it?
Yours coming off. But yeah, my name is Steve. I publish Post Times. I'm the traffic and weather guy in the morning on KMBY. Please tune in and don't believe a word I say. Yeah, I'm not right. I'm not left. I'm somewhere in the middle, although some people say, you're really right, man. So, I hate everybody equally. So, I don't have any ill will toward anybody. We're all good. And it's okay if we agree to disagree on certain things.
Oh, okay. I like that. Keep it rolling. Is that everybody? What about Anthony? Is that where we're at? Where are we at, Jay?
Well, hold on. Can you check the Twitch deal? And then we're tossing it over to. Yeah, I don't see it live. I don't see it going.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Double click on the source that you're looking at, Jay. Make sure you click into the channel. I know when you're on the channel, it looks like you're in, but you're not. You're still on the outside of the channel.
Okay.
You got to click into it. That should do it. Okay, so Anthony.
I am Anthony Trino. I'm a comedian and a screenwriter, and I am presently working undercover with the FBI to track every movement of Lisa Simpson. We want to make sure she doesn't create another rush on the Capitol or undermine democracy.
Okay, that brings us to our first hot topic
more
of
than
the
you.
day. Jay, you're the only close-up besides mine I haven't gotten yet. So the first hot topic, acquittal. Trump was acquitted. Mofos didn't even vote. What was the deal with McConnell coming in on the after? Oh, but he's a bad. I don't even. Oh my God, I can't even talk on the issue. I got a minute for somebody. Who wants to speak first, Lisa?
I'll start us off on the celebratory note. I had literally just popped a bottle of champagne incidentally 5 seconds before we just put on Netflix, and it came on as like a news thing, and screaming and jumping up and down. There were yacht parties. I was getting invitations all over the country.
Wow.
You know, it just feels great. It feels exciting that taxpayers' money is not going to be wasted anymore. You know, they acquitted him just in time. 130 witnesses were about to get up and absolutely destroy the Democrats' case even more than they had destroyed it on their own. Thankfully, the 46th president of the United States will be able to run again for his third term and win for his third term.
That's right.
So it definitely gives some hope. In Biden's town hall last night, we have him, you know, sucking up to China, calling the way they treat their Chinese citizens just their cultural norms. So it's a terrifying time, but knowing that Daddy Trump is going to be in action is making us all very happy and hopeful.
Awesome. That's your minute. Swing it on down. Who's next? Toss out hot potato.
Gary, let's do it.
Oh,
right.
There you go.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm. You all know that I'm a Republican now myself. Like I said, I was a Democrat. For my whole life until about 2 years ago. Now, I'm not saying I'd be out celebrating, you know, and having big parties. I'm not that much of a, I shouldn't say fanatic, but I'm not that much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I vote for the views of the Republican Party, and I like Trump's views, and I like the changes and things that he did. As far as him running again, you know, I'm all for it. And as far as the impeachment goes, you know, I tell you, that was just a waste of time. They're just afraid of him. They wanted to make him look bad. They wanted to get that in people's heads so that he maybe couldn't run again. That's all it is. How lucky you to be a president that you can have that kind of a fan base to begin with and that kind of a support. I mean, it's a powerful man, and it scares people. People don't like that, and that's the problem. Now, if Trump doesn't necessarily run, you know, the next election, you know, I just want someone that, you know, maybe Ted Cruz, someone that has the same views and try to keep the country going in the same direction that it was going in. That's what I care about. So, I mean, I don't think Trump maybe is loved by a lot of people. I know my mother can't stand him. I hate to say that, but she can't. And, you know, hey, his personality sometimes can be, you know, a little much for some people, and I understand that. But the things that he did for the country and the things that he supported, and that's what I believe in, and that's the main thing. So you know, I'm not saying I'm a huge fan for some of Trump's personality as well, but, you know, hey, if he does what I think is, you know, right for the country, what he has been doing with the trade deals in China and the Keystone Pipeline that they had going and all those jobs.
Gary.
Yeah.
Anyway, like you're in support.
I'm in support of him. I am supportive.
All right, Anthony, who are you sending it to? Who's catching that hot topic, hot potato? And who is Frankie? I'm gonna have to whoop him. Anthony, do you have something to weigh in on this acquittal?
Sure. I watched the trial, if you want to call it that, with 6 dead people that died at the Capitol that day. We really enjoyed it. It was a fake court. It was a fake trial. It wasn't a real thing. You'll get to see him on a real court, in a real courtroom, in a real trial, probably 10 or 12 times before he does not run in 2024, because a convicted felon cannot run for presidency. Okay. And I know that because that's what disbarred me. I am also willing to put $10,000 on that Trump does not get the nomination in 2024. That's how confident I am. And presidency is not a popularity contest. If it was, he would have lost by 6 million. We keep mentioning 74 million votes. Joe Biden got 81 million. Trump did not, percentage-wise of the population, Trump did not beat Mitt Romney on either one of the elections. So let's quit pretending everybody loved Trump.
Oh, no, you still have some time there, buddy.
I believe that's it for me. And I'm still trying to figure out what he did. Y'all let me know what Trump did, and I'll see if I can verify that information.
Next topic, maybe. Okay, so now here we are.
Hold on. Let me just say this. I feel that the witnesses were missed. We didn't have any witnesses. You think that if there were witnesses that came forward, I was thinking personally that any officer that lost a finger or got hurt or an eyeball, if they brought any of those officers in there to testify, I think that would have done it. But they didn't, and I don't know why.
Well, they
Must have been fake
hold on,
news.
time out.
I
I
don't-
think Steve has
Never
not
happened.
got the potato yet. Did you want to weigh in on the acquittal, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to touch on what Jay just said. They
All right, he's going
that's
to touch you, Jay. Go ahead.
but that's emotional. You want to bring these guys in that got hurt. I agree. It was stupid. It was bad, and the whole thing about the acquittal was actually proper. If you're they made the rules before they even started. Then at the end, the Democrats, because they don't have a plan, the managers it was very emotional. They didn't talk a lot about the law, and they got creamed. And when they talked about bringing witnesses in, because someone said, "Hey, this is what happened," and the Trump's attorney says, "Great, we're going to go and we're going to depot all these other people," and they laughed. And I think the laugh was nervous because could you imagine the can whoop ass that would have opened up for all the other politicians? They're going to call in on their shit.
Wow.
It would have been bad. So they knew they had no chance. They said, "Nope, we don't want to do this because, again, we agreed not to do it in the beginning," and we walked away licking their wounds.
Wow.
Stupid,
Okay.
really.
Well, I think you're about right. I mean, as far
Gary?
as that's how you feel. So, anybody want to do the second round, or does Jay want to grab the potato?
No, Gary's got something to say.
All right, round
I
two.
know-
Round two. And
I
you're
know
going.
Anthony asked. He wants to know what Trump did. I guess it's almost. You should ask you
Hold
what
on
the
just
bad
a
thing.
second. Pause. Let's put a pin in that, Gary. Let's just wrap the last topic of the acquittal.
Oh, okay.
If anybody has anything else to say on acquittal, we got one more round. Anything else? No?
Okay. Bottom line, President Trump was already out of office. How can you impeach? He was already out of office. So I knew right from the beginning that's ridiculous. They're trying to change the rules just to impeach him. So
No, the impeachment.
I knew that wasn't going to happen anyway. I mean, it was just a show. It was just a show
Okay.
to mess him up for the next
The
election.
funny
That's all.
thing is, that's exactly what Anthony said. Someone was responding. Who was that? Somebody was trying to speak. All right.
It's ambiguous constitutional understanding. People don't understand everything about the Constitution, and they come up with their own interpretation, and it's going to stick one week. It stuck with the week before the 20th, where McConnell was like, "Nah, it's not going to fly. It's not going to work anyway." And then at the end, they went ahead and did it, and they go, "Oh no, because he wasn't in office. It didn't make any sense." The concept of the impeachment, I believed, was to ensure that he couldn't run again, and I thought that's what the people were wanting, or that's what was going on.
The Democrats.
Half the people, I guess, the Republicans are not thinking that way, but I don't. What?
Hold on, let Jay finish. Go ahead.
Okay, see you, Dad. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, replace Marvin. So put Frankie in for Marvin.
All right. Well,
All right.
Frankie is
Is gone.
yeah.
Okay, so can I do a rebuttal on
Yeah,
that?
just
or-
give me 1 second to change the shot up. It's going to switch up here. But yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
Anthony. I've almost got you. There you go. You're somewhat on the screen.
Okay.
All right, you're there, and then I'm still fixing the shot. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is my understanding. He was impeached before he left office. The trial is the trial. It's like getting charges. He was impeached. They voted to impeach him before he left office. People have been impeached out of office. So both of those are irrelevant. All the Democrats voted for it. Were acting like he won. He did not get found guilty. He didn't get found innocent. In fact, seven Republicans voted to convict him. So people are getting the terms confused. He was charged and impeachment are the same thing before he left office. It went to trial after he left office. Correct?
He wasn't going to win. I mean, they weren't going to win, but it was good theater for a couple of days. I watched it too. And there was just no way. It was, we got more important things to do
I see
than
you.
fried bacon.
Yeah, I'll rebut. So the good thing is, you guys, you can be very empowered. You don't need any intelligence to determine for yourself. We don't need a jury. We don't need Patrick Leahy. Okay, we don't need 130 witnesses. Okay, all you have to do is listen to his speech. He was extremely peaceful, and all he said was fight like hell. And that's why his lawyers put together a 10-minute montage of every Democrat from the last 5 years, every political Democrat operative, reporter, and congressperson ranting and raving about fighting like hell, burning stuff down, never stop.
That's right. I saw that too.
Democrats is absolutely terrifying.
I saw that too, but see, they don't show that on CNN and stuff like that. It's all
Right.
So that's why
So
they just don't
you can
learn.
find
They
out
just
for
don't get it.
yourself.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything that would cause insurrection. And lastly, the Constitution of the United States, we have the right to alter or abolish the government. It doesn't give any more specificity. It's vague and it's left open to interpretation. And so if people want to interpret that as stopping a fraudulent election certification process, that's what I would argue as a lawyer, that's what my clients were doing. They were interpreting the Constitution, which we have a constitutional right to do.
All right. I want to get, there's your close up on that one. But all right, that's it. I think we went around twice. It sounds like actually everybody was like the trial was a joke. So the bridge there for me, bringing it all together, is the trial was a joke. There was no side thought it was a real trial. It wasn't even kangaroo court. There was no court to be had. So next topic, Jay. I heard someone mention a topic. I think it might have been Gary or something. That sounded juicy, but I don't know. I don't run the show, so.
But what he did, they want to know what Trump did, I guess.
All right. Okay.
So yeah, the question that came up in the opening remarks there, the question that came up was from Anthony was, can you point out what Trump actually did that helped the? And then so Gary had an answer for that.
A lot of the Democrats don't actually see and tell you that stuff. They want to tell you all the bad things. You know how that is. Like any news station, Yeah. Anyway, but what he did, the trade deals with China, how he neutralized the problem with what do they call him from North Korea, Rocket Man. Yeah, right. I mean, we had a lot of problems coming up, and he neutralized that. His talks with him. The putting up the wall was a very important thing to keep all the 11 million immigrants that Biden just opened up the border and going to let them all come in here, which is totally ridiculous. I mean, what is the purpose to let 11 million immigrants come into our country that we have to give food stamps to, house, feed, kids free lunches, and then one day they're going to try to make them become a citizen on the fast track so they can vote probably in the next election, and that's the only reason why they want them in here. It doesn't make sense. What benefit do we get from these people coming into our country other than costing us money? Okay. It's just I don't see the benefit. Most of them, none of these people coming over the border, so that none of them have jobs or training, or many of them don't. And you have the people that are actually trying to become citizens the right way in our country can't even become citizens. So it just doesn't make sense. It's all about votes. The Democrats want votes from these people, want from their families that are already here maybe and want their votes. It's just going to cost us money. And then when these people get on Social Security one day, we always worry about, is the Social Security going to run out? Well, I wonder why, because they haven't been working for the last 20 years. They're 50 years old. They come over the border and then they get to get Social Security. I mean, this is so stupid. It doesn't even make sense. I mean, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. And the wall should not be finished. They already put so much money into finishing it. Finish the damn thing already. They want to open it up. Wow. You try to live. You have a ranch in Texas. You live there and have these people coming over your border. I tell you, it was up to me. I would have Border Patrol say, anybody come over the border, you get shot. It's over. And they stop coming over. What's so hard about that? You don't come into our country unless you're, it's just ridiculous.
That's about the hottest minute we've had in a long time, Gary.
Yeah, I'm getting fed up with it.
No, that's okay. That's what you're here for.
I mean, I'm lucky I don't have a ranch there. I tell you that.
No, I did not know that. But all right, I'm going to say for a little balance, maybe, Steve, okay, no. So you know what? Does anyone else have anything to say in the positive for what Trump has done?
Oh, Trump's done some really good things.
Okay, and you, Gary.
Oh,
Steve. Steve. My bad.
Yeah. No, Trump's a businessman, not a politician. And they fought our government fought against him in Congress, Pelosi, for 4 years. And this guy cut through red tape, cut through a lot of bullshit. And as much as, he's an asshole. I mean, let's deal with it. He's an asshole. but some of my bosses were assholes too. But they were still my boss and they got shit done. And we don't have to agree in the politics, but I agree that, he's trying to hold China accountable for the atrocities that they have right now over in Western China. Mexico, I agree in immigration, but I believe in legal immigration. And as far as what he was trying to do with the pipeline, I believe in clean, green, energy. But I also believe we have to wean ourselves off the. I want to pick on Naples and say the nipples, and wean ourselves off. So we just can't say, here's a date, it's hard and fast, that's our deadline, and that's it. We're not moving off that number. Okay. I think I'm close, but again, it's a weaning process. And he stood up to the World Health people for protecting China. He stood up, and to the people in the Mideast. He kept gas prices low. People were working. So, he's done a lot of good things, but I think that it was just a real fight for 4 years in media. And I work in media. I'll be the first to tell you, they're going to print what they want you to hear.
Okay. That's about your hot minutes.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to keep it rolling. In affirm of the Trump presidency, anybody else have anything with that hot topic? Go ahead, Lisa, you're on.
Well, I could list a bunch of things. There's lists that contain over 200 positives. My personal favorite are the 7 pieces of anti-trafficking legislation that he wrote. But what I'll say is this, I'm not going to really answer this question because everyone has had 5 years to figure out what he's done. And every true American should make it a responsibility to know at least 3 positive things that every president's done. Now, I'm going to have to do this for Joe Biden, okay? I'm going to have to drink a lot of Jägermeister. I'm going to have to be in a really good mood. But I am determined to try and find at least 3 good things because I'm not going to contribute to the problem. I'm not going to be ignorant just because somebody is my opponent. To know thy enemy is to defeat thy enemy. So everyone should know 3 good things Trump has done.
Wow. That was slightly compelling, actually. And so now that was in the affirm. To keep it fair, is there anyone who has, I guess it's a hard comment to really rebut because this is just an affirmation, but that sounds like everybody had a glowing review. Does anyone have not a glowing review that is in opposition to the current topic? There we go.
Of course, that would be me.
Anthony, you have your hot minute that I'm still trying to fix. Go ahead.
All right, let's go down the list. The trade deal with China, we lost. We lost ground with China. That's a fact. We have a bigger gap now than we did when Trump took over. He did nothing with North Korea. North Korea has stopped nothing. He went over there and talked to them. Nothing has been stopped. They're still building nuclear weapons. They're still doing that. I believe, if I'm not sure on the number, it's either 8 or 12 miles of the wall was built under Trump. He replaced some old wall, but he actually new wall 8 to 12 miles of 2,000-mile border. So he did nothing there. Immigration. Illegal immigrants do not get food stamps. Illegal immigrants do not draw Social Security. And to answer your question, what good do? Is they work as slave labor for corporations that are owned by capitalists that are Republicans. They come here for work. Illegals do not come here for freedom or anything else. They come here for jobs because American corporations hire them. That's why they come here. Trump is a failed businessman. Okay, he was given hundreds of millions of dollars. He is a failed businessman repeatedly. The last thing we have, what he did do, kill almost 500,000 Americans by mismanaging COVID. Destroyed the economy because he mismanaged COVID. That's what he did.
That's a hot minute right there. Now, here's the thing.
The Democratic governor is destroying the economy is what it is right now.
All right. So here's the thing. We could go back around. Honestly, I'm okay with that, but I feel like it's going to be more of the same. And we're getting to the middle of the conversation. Jay was telling me there was a lot going on in the news. And let's let this topic put a pin in it. We can come back here in a minute. and do another round. That way, there's a breath in between, and I'm not cutting people off because we're getting excited. And so we're putting a pin in the things about Trump's presidency. Totally okay with that. But Jay, could you mention some little, lighten it up a little? Mention, you were talking about Tom Brady and some other pieces of news, maybe some Super Bowl conversation. I'm not sure, but
Well, there were some spectacular plays at the Pebble Beach Open this weekend. I don't know if any of you saw some of those shots, those birdies and everything. And then, of course, the Tom Brady toss of the trophy, the Lombardi Trophy across, and the silversmiths across America were up in arms and pitchforks about that. And the young lady who was down in your part of the woods, Gary, the Fort Myers, Florida. I think that's where the family is from. That made that trophy, so that she was all upset.
makes sense. Okay.
He's a football player. He tossed it. I thought it was funny. Anybody have anything about that? I just think that was funny.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. The gall of this woman. My daddy made the trophy. They bought the trophy. If Tom Brady wants to take a shit on the trophy or throw it into the ocean, it's his trophy to do that. He can do whatever he wants with it. Where do these kids of people that do shit get the nerve to act like they did it? Shut up. The trophy's his. He can do any damn thing he wants to do with it. And where was she 2 years ago when Gronk spiked the trophy and dented it? Where was she then? Shut up, woman. We don't want to hear nothing from you.
Okay, steaming hot.
Really?
Steaming hot.
Okay.
That's a hot
So now-
clip right there, Jay. That needs, okay,
Okay, keep it.
get that clip.
Keep it,
All right,
keep it.
now I'll get that clip for later. I'll get it in post.
Notate that the time.
I'll get
What's
it-
the time? Okay.
All
right. Hey, so I have a question about royalty. You know, the British royalty right now.
No one knows anything about it, but go ahead.
Well, Queen Elizabeth, her husband fell ill, and he is now.
Queen Elizabeth has a husband?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's 90 years old.
They've been married for like.
So hold on, there's a king.
No, he's not the king. He's not the king.
What's the WTF?
That's the question. That's the hot topic.
All right.
Prince.
Somebody inform
Prince
me.
Philip.
How does this thing work?
How does he become a king? Who does he got to marry to become a king?
It's
He
by
can't.
blood only.
He can't marry. That's right. So she became the king when her father died, and then she married him. So he is an archduke or something like that. But he can't. He can't be king.
Anyway,
And he's like 1,000 years. I think they've been married since the 50s. They've been married like 60 or 70 years. He's like 1,000 years old. I saw the news today. They were like, oh, he went to the hospital. I'm like, they should just take him straight to the morgue. What is he, 1,000?
He's 99.
Right.
What is he,
99.
1,000?
Oh, 99? No. Wow.
Methuselah up in
Okay,
the
so
Still alive. He's sick.
all right. Well, okay, so a few things now going on. I know that you had to dish out a bunch of snow today, Josh. We got the big what's it called? Climate change or global warming or global colding or what is it? What do we call it?
I never heard of such a thing. I got no idea, man.
Climate change. I call it climate change, right? What do you guys
Man,
feel about what's happening
I
in the
just
world
wanna say,
today?
I just got to break up the monotony here and say, Twitch, you're a dick. I can see clearly there are 3 users in my chat. I personally am watching on 3 different devices, and it's calling us 1 viewer. I'm about to have to get pissed at Twitch. All right, go ahead, Jay. Sorry.
Okay, cool. For 3 visits. Okay, so just a lot of people died over the cold, and power's out across the country, and it's just a sad story. And
More's coming tomorrow.
there's a big old traffic accident on in Texas a couple days ago. Sad story there. And then let's see, somebody died today that was a speaker, and then we missed about Larry King. We didn't talk about Larry King a couple
All right,
weeks
roll
ago.
it out. Who died?
But
Who died?
Rush Limbaugh died today.
Oh, yeah.
So if we were to do it, did you guys hear about that?
Man,
Rush Limbaugh died.
Some pill dealer just fucking lost his whole ride.
Yeah.
You think Rush was clean? You think he was clean?
No.
Yeah.
Of course
Not
not.
even after passing out at the wheel in the middle of traffic from taking too much oxy. Bro, that dude was riding so hard. He was eating steak, fucking hookers doing blow. Oh my God. He was the Republican dream. All right, next topic.
Bitcoin passes 50,000.
Hold on, Jay, I want to say on the snow, I've spent the last 30, 35 years in Texas listening to these asses with cowboy hats that can live off the country, live out in the woods, be men's men, and now I hear them bitching and whining like a little girl because they got cold for 3 days. Shut up. Go live inside of an animal. You thought you were part of the militia. I'm so tired of this shit. And they were quick as could be to ask the feds for socialized dollars, weren't they? I thought y'all were going to secede. This would be a perfect time. Your ass is frozen. Go start your own country.
God.
I'd say that's racist, but I don't know if there was a race mentioned in that.
Texan is a race. Texas is
That's
if
nationalism,
you spend
right?
time in Texas, you know these idiots think
They're
it's
the
a race.
unified state of Texas. Okay, so all right, so
I think they're just pissed because they're cowboys and their energy's coming from those pansy windmills.
Yeah, that's 15%. That's 15%. Lisa, 15% comes from that. The rest is oil, gas, and coal. And that's what they're saying. We need more oil, gas, and coal.
The true boys can't.
All right, you guys are off topics. All right, here we go, Jay. The topic is the weather. Let me tell you, we're looking at by the end of tomorrow, we're close to 250,000 people out in my section, in my little, I don't know if it's a 3-state area or whatever, but they're looking at another like 100 million people are going to be out of service across the whole coast by like Friday. It's crazy, dude.
Why all of a sudden is this happening? There's been, I'm from the East Coast. I've been through lots of storms. Nothing quite like this energy thing that's going on now, or, I mean, down in Texas, yeah, you need to you got to insulate your pipes and do stuff. But you're in Ohio. You guys are ready for it. You guys have had storms before. Why is this one so bad?
In particular, this one is really bad because it's coming from the West Coast. And so usually those storms kind of peter out after Colorado, and then they add to winter storms in where we're at, kind of the Great Lakes. But this one was so strong coming in from the west that it actually dipped down, and that famous El Paso, like Amarillo kind of channel down through the mountains extended it. And so now it's literally from the Arctic down into the Gulf of Mexico, pushing up. The low pressure is pushing up. And so that's why it's going to be bad, because we already have like 10, 12 inches. I personally, my driveway, 10 solid inches, like seriously. And someone had to snow blow it to get it out. Like, no joke.
And all I can say is move. I did.
I was in California, and I was paying 4 times the rent, and I was paying 4 times the utilities, and I was not making 4 times the money. And so now,
right. Really get that.
For $1,000, I live like I live in Carmel. 3-story or 2-story with a basement, 2-car garage, $1,000 a month, man.
It's quality of life. I get the whole quality of life thing, and that's why people are leaving California. Yeah. On days like this, I'm thinking I'm kind of okay with it.
The weather wins. All right, Jay, that's the weather, man. I don't know. Let's keep it rolling. Hold on,
Lisa, you got something to say, Lisa?
I was going to say I can answer Steve's question on why this is happening. Oh. So it all has to do with predictive programming, which is where the system tells us what they're going to do. So in the Truman Show from 1998, the guy was manipulating the weather, and they actually do that with heart. And so the reason why there's wildfires and now this like random winter storm is because they're controlling the weather, and they're doing this to put our parasympathetic nervous system in a constant state of flux, up and down. It's to constantly bombard the people with stress. And then from inducing this stress, all these like political topics come up that keep us in this constant battle, like the green energy people versus like, the common sense, logical, economic people, right? And it just, think about it. Think of how one storm literally causes tens of millions of these little incidental moments that all create negative energy, and that negative energy goes out into the planet, and then we're all affected by it. So that's why this is happening. It's just to fuck with us.
Where are you?
In the universe,
who
she is undisclosed. So yeah, unfortunately,
It's outside of a
I feel
palpable.
like
who is
about
doing
half
it?
of what you said made a lot of sense.
He's
So I guess is that the topic? Are we being
Hold on. She
controlled
said
by the weather machine
by
HARP?
who?
Well, HARP is
They're going
run
to
by
start.
DARPA.
Yeah, who is in control of this
HARP
weather?
owns. It's a real place. I've seen it. HARP owns and runs DARPA. So
interesting concept.
DARPA, I mean, owns HARP. They're getting ready to decommission HARP because they don't need it anymore. They have more crazy systems at work now. But anyway, so is that the deal? I'm going to say this. You got to think about it this way. As far as ambient, negative airspace goes, sound doesn't travel, right? So outside the planet, sound doesn't exist because sound needs a positive matter to go through. It cannot have empty space. And so this is the thing about it. We're making a lot of noise. Everything from my loud ass voice that's penetrating these walls to the cars, to the oil machines, to the everything. We're making a lot of noise on this planet. So as far as like, are we out of whack and are things like harp or whatever adding to? I would say in a general way, yes. This is why you need to go out in nature or in isolation, and you need to either pray, meditate, beat somebody up, or do drugs, or you need a release to
And then
reset
big
your vibratory frequency. Because it's like if you run a jackhammer all day, you're setting yourself at that frequency. If you sit out and drink tea and oh no 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 no, oh you're setting yourself to that frequency. I personally I don't like being that low of a frequency or that high of a frequency. I like to shoot it right in the middle. So that's why it's like, yeah, I believe everything Lisa said, but the reality of it is, girl, you sound crazy as f. Anybody else? Toss the hot potato. Steve is dying to talk.
No, I'm fine. I think there's a lot of truth in what you said about vibration. I think there's a lot. I don't think anybody really is out there screwing with us, saying, hey, we're going to turn the power off so people talk about it, make us all nuts. But I do believe there are a lot of controls out there that we don't know about. And there are people and government and the Bill Gates of the world. I know I just now opened up the can of worms about Bill Gates. You got you got people out there. They're screwing with us for sure.
Okay.
We're all little guinea pigs in some silly way.
Okay.
But I think pot's legal. Again, we have choices.
I love it. You know what? There is a way to combat all the effects of all of this, and it's just fat bong rips in the morning, fat bull rips in the afternoon, fat spliffs at 420, and concentrate dabs before you go to bed. Obviously, that's how we all roll, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? We got something special tonight, folks.
So,
We got a special Frankie Vision video of a Trump Tower being demoed. What do you think of that?
Atlantic City.
yeah, well, hold on. Before we go there,
all right.
I mean, we should have played that when we were finished talking about Trump. But hold on a second. So, with the whole climate change and the whole thing going on that we're talking about, is this why we're going to Mars?
Yeah.
Is this why we're going to Mars and exploring Mars right now? I mean, we're talking. I keep hearing discussion about wanting to go to other planets and create some kind of colony or something. I mean, what the hell's wrong with the planet Earth? And why are there so much money going into going to another planet to live on?
Because it's deuced. We've already did the deed. Planet Earth got toxified, and it's not going to come back. We're at how many billion? We're going to be at 15 billion in the next 10 years, dude. We need to get out of here, and it's going to take 50 years to get one person out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's
and we're not getting out of here.
Oh, yeah.
The poor people, it is the rich people that would be getting out of here if there's a place to go
Here's the
to.
trick,
The masses,
though.
the masses will burn.
You're right. I agree. Once all the rich people leave, then guess what? It's just cool people. So then obviously the whole world would just turn right back around like, oh, rich people are gone. Suddenly we're not going to be wasting anything, using disposable diapers and wiping our ass with 7-ply toilet paper. Come on, man. Mars ain't.
I'll be stuck here with
shit.
11 million illegal aliens.
See, there you go. Now we got a real topic.
What was that?
Aliens.
I'll be stuck here with illegal aliens.
Is that how humans got here in the first place? They came to planet Earth because they couldn't survive on whatever planet they were on?
I
Probably.
mean, I think all evidence points to someone fucking with our DNA because they just found out, y'all, check this out, DNA jiggles. What? It's not just static. It's like, it's creepy. It's freaking me out. Anyway, Jay, you want to roll this Frank
All right.
Division? Unfortunately, the people in the Zoom are not going to be able to see the video unless.
Oh, let's wait a little bit.
You do a share
So the
screen.
CDC, let's wait a little bit. The CDC is calling to,
You
huh?
have like 9 minutes. And that's
right.
like a 4-minute piece. So just a heads up. Keep going. Keep going.
It's less than that. Okay, so the CDC is calling to reopen the schools.
Cool.
How do you guys feel about that right now?
Florida's already open. I mean, I don't know what everybody else is waiting for. I said,
Yeah?
Florida's already open. I don't know what else everybody else is waiting for. It's just the Democratic governors in those states are the ones I know aren't opening it.
Did all your teachers get their shots already or not?
No, but they're open. We've been open. I don't understand what all the problem is. Florida's pretty much back to normal. I don't understand what the heck all you guys are doing in New York and California. I mean, you guys, they had a thing here. It's there's a store here. They had the national news seated table right down the street. I can almost ride my bike to it. That they had on the news. They weren't. I mean, I'm not saying I'm condoning it though. They weren't wearing masks. The employees weren't wearing masks. And in fact, the guy who, they have parties every week. They have, dinners there. It's run by a guy who's major Republican now, and that's not really a good thing that they're doing that. But I'm just saying, everybody around here seems to be almost pretty much back to normal. They're going to church services now, of course. They wear masks when they go there. I don't know what all the hoopla has been for so long. It's just but now, we go to Walmart and all our local stores and stuff like that. We will wear masks, and the waiters in the restaurants here will come up to you with masks on, of course, and they still try to keep social distance to a point, but there's some people here that are really, how can I say, rebelling against it. And he's one of them right here on the corner. So, but I don't know why we still go, it's just nuts. It's all about politics, man. It's just your states, what they're doing, I mean, Cuomo now is in big trouble. Heck, they're getting rid of the guy in California. Now they're trying to boot him out of office. Obviously, they're messing up.
All right. That's about the hot minute. So it looks like he's all for the schools opening back up. Anybody else got something? Want to catch a hot potato?
Yeah. You see, schools open here. My granddaughter is in school 5 days a week. She's up in Placer County. And they do it safely. There's rules, and it works. And it has been working. When she was at home, she's 11. It's not that she had a tough time learning. She just said she didn't learn anything. And both her parents are pretty smart people. And they went from 3 days to 5 days. They got it down. They're a great model up there. And the teachers' unions are so strong. And that's why Biden's backing off. He's not going to accomplish what he wants in his first 100 days. And Newsom doesn't have a plan, except he got a lot of money from the teachers' union. And they don't want to go back to work. It's not that they're lazy. I have friends who are teachers, great people, smart, but you can't hide behind that union label all your life. You got to get back in the classroom. Other people
are the teachers getting paid for?
Yeah.
And that, well, what do you expect then?
People
Of course they're not going back. If they don't have to go back to work, why are they going to go back to work? I mean, really? I mean, that's a stupid question. Really. They're not. If they weren't getting paid, believe me, they're going to say, "Get me my shot, to be safe, and get me back to work." Bottom line. I mean, how difficult is that?
Let's get them their shot, and let's get
right.
I think we all.
we give them
anybody else?
Stop paying them.
Yeah, there's. If I was a teacher, there's absolutely no chance I'm stepping my ass back in that classroom without having my vaccination, without having the shot. I'm not going to do it. I watched. I think it was in Chicago or wherever the teachers union was saying we want our vaccinations. Absolutely, I'm not going to do it. I'm not walking back in that class with a bunch of snot-nosed, out-of-control kids.
No, that's right. I understand that. I believe it too. Give them the shot as well. Why not? Why don't they give shots to everybody else around here in Florida? My state. In fact, everybody's coming from up north, from the states that they don't like to be in, to get shots down here in Florida. And then my mom, who lives here, can't even get a shot. So that's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? But the point is, give the teachers a shot. That makes sense. Give them all a shot, put them back to work, or don't pay them. That's simple.
Or, we can just sue all the teachers, start over from scratch, because everything is so effed in this country that not only does not education's not working, but the matriculation, as in every profession, job, and career in America, is completely out of touch with what it costs to learn how to do it, with how much you're going to make. And so I say, let's, instead of giving them the shot, let's shoot them all. How about that? Let's just rewrite education history by massacring SAC and the worst entire terrible union in all of the country. I'll tell you right now, SAC, because of the community college system is built into K through 12, the SAC union in California literally gets their way. Better than the police, or not better than the police, but priority over the police, priority over health, priority over everything else. It's crazy. Teachers, I don't think they're that good. My teachers suck donk. I didn't learn nothing from regular school. Community college helped out a lot. So that's my minute. Anybody else?
Way to go, Jedi. I agree. I think the kids should be at home with their parents. Like, public education is absolute satanic, demonic garbage run by pedophiles and completely self-serving, like, egotistical ignoramuses. Joe Biden said at the town hall last night, talking all creepy, that little girl, condescending to her like she's an idiot, telling her that kids don't get COVID. So what's the problem? Why does the teachers need to be afraid? The kids don't have it. They can't give it to the teacher. The teacher can't give it to the kids. Also, in Biden's federal mask mandate, it literally states in the executive order that the vaccines don't work. The masks don't work, the vaccines don't work, so there's no point. And Project Veritas just got leaked audio from Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook saying that you can't trust the vaccines because they do change your DNA structure.
I mean, we all know that it's an RNA delivery system, and so that's not news. But okay. Jay, did you have anything on that topic, or are you ready to send it on around? We got about 8 minutes left.
Well, let's close it off with, back in school, we used to do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Y'all remember that? How many here did the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag when they were young?
We should be doing it.
Okay. I think we should still be doing that. But, the national anthem was in question this week with the NBA requesting, what's his name from the Dallas Mavericks, to not play the national anthem at the open and maybe do a moment of silence instead. And it got kicked out, and the NBA decided to go with the national anthem.
Right.
But it made me start to look at the national anthem and stuff. And it has a history, and it came into the ball games. Let's see. Do you guys know when? Oh, do you guys even know? Okay, true or false? Was the national anthem an executive order or not?
Yes.
An executive order from what? From who? What do you mean?
From a president to be the national anthem.
The national anthem started being played at NFL games after the Gulf War, and the military was paying to have the national anthem.
I'm gonna call a timeout because that's not what he asked. Just for clarity, and then you can circle back, Anthony. But for clarity, he asked literally, was the national anthem created from an executive order? And I say yes, it absolutely was, because they felt like they needed some sort of like cohesion and pride. And besides God Save the Queen, I mean, obviously, I say yes. Anybody else? Was it an executive order?
Yes, it was. It was an executive order by who? Woodrow, 1916.
Oh,
is that a clue?
No, that wasn't Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson.
Said it.
All right. I'm just trying to help you out. Okay, now, who made it? Let's see. The Congress brought it in officially in 1931 by Herbert Hoover. Can you guys name any of the other songs of U.S. hymns that were before 1931 that the America used to create, patriotism?
America the Beautiful.
Okay.
America,
anybody else?
America, God shed his on thee.
How about This Land Is Your Land? Is that one of them also?
Yeah.
Yep.
My country, 'tis of thee.
Then there was, in the 19th century, before all that, there was Hail Columbia, which I have no idea what that is. And then My Country, 'Tis of Thee. which the melody is similar to God Save the Queen.
It is very close.
Let's see. And then Yankee Doodle Dandy was up in the running, and then they had a Southern number that was competitive to the Yankee Doodle Dandy, which I found, but I don't have right now. And but they settled on a national anthem with Francis Scott Key. There you go.
All right.
Now it came about in the World Series in World War I. So September 5th, 1918, the Boston Red Sox and the Chicago Cubs were playing back before when they were winning a lot. Babe Ruth was involved there. They were a year and a half into World War I. Over 100,000 soldiers had died. And it was a somber times in America, kind of like how it is now. Let's see. And then at the end of the song in the seventh inning stretch is when they sang the song with the Navy band and everything. And it was reported that in the Chicago Tribune, players were patriotic. And the New York Times stated that it was the highest point of the day in enthusiasm. And the song plays on ever since. And
so what are they trying to get rid of it now? Is that what we're talking about now?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm just talking about it. And then in Patriot, because there was discussion about having it taken away from the NBA and some other sports because it causes havoc. I mean, back then,
you don't like living in our country or playing in our America's teams. Get the hell out. You know what I'm saying? If you can't handle it. I mean, this is America. This is, national pastime, baseball, all that sort of stuff is an American pastime. It's American sport. And if you don't like it, we don't have to bring you in here from Cuba to be a baseball player and pitcher on our team if you don't like it. You're lucky you're here. You're lucky you're making that kind of money. And if you don't like it, you can just quit, pal.
Gary, I love you.
We're going through changes in America. Is the national anthem, that song, the Star Spangled Banner, should that still be our song?
What else you want? What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with America the Beautiful?
Beautiful. I don't. Yeah, it doesn't.
Hey, that's dated. That's from 1812.
All right, time out. We got a topic, and it's the last 3 minutes. I got a video from Frankie. I kind of want to just run the video and be done with the show.
All right.
What do you think?
So we're gonna finish the show. Does everybody feel heard about the topics today?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Now we got Frankie. He's our guy on the street in the field in New Jersey.
In our East Coast.
Jersey boy. He would have been on the phone, but he's, the Zoom call, but he's, got issues. And so we're going to go ahead, technical issues.
He got issues like Frankie.
We're going to go ahead and show his video footage today that he got this morning over in Atlantic City of Trump Tower going down. So for some of us, we'll appreciate it.
All right. And then everybody else in the Zoom, after I close and we go off air, we can share screens so you can see the video too. So, all right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Another great hot topic, hot potato. And here we go, Frankie Vision. Oh, come on.
February 17th. We're out. Anthony, you got to change that flag, brother. You got to get that KKK, sheet back up.
KKK, it's the South. That's the problem. I don't know why.
I know, but he's got the white sheets. He's got tons of white sheets. He's got to use them.
I never thought it was about the KKK. It's just the Southern flag.
I'm just practicing my freedom of speech.
Oh man, it dumped the file. All right, one moment. I got it. I don't got it. I definitely don't got it.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it rolling. Just everybody chill. Calm down. Everybody else, not me. You guys need to calm down. I can't. I'm just going to add it fresh to this capture window and pretend like.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for being on the call. Thank you for keep coming back, okay? Because we want to keep the conversation going. We're trying to groove along here. Thank you for showing the American flag against that rebel flag there. But keep waving it. And check us out every Wednesday. We're doing this at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and all points in between. We got the Facebook Live going on. We have the Cough Live. We got the YouTube Live. We got the, hey, put it on mute, man. Put it on mute.
I think I just heard a man die. Is that Rush Limbaugh? Was that Rush
I put it on mute. It
Limbaugh?
was just too late. All right, let me try this again. Oh my God, I can't believe I set this up before the show, ready to go. Everything was perfect. Frankie video was loaded. And now I cannot get it to load. Just give me a few 100 seconds here. Maybe I won't choke to death too. Okay, now I'm going to try and bring it in fresh.
Twitch TV, we're live there.
Yes.
It's supposed to be
Loop. That's the case.
Facebook Live.
Twitch.
And then we're looking for contestants to be on our talk show. Our game show.
There it is.
So,
ladies and gentlemen,
we're going to get
I'm your
That
East
is
Coast
our
correspondent,
show.
and we're out
Everybody
here in
keep it
Atlantic
quiet for a
City
minute.
covering
There
the implosion of Trump Plaza.
Thank you.
Thank
Here's
you
Frank.
to the beautiful state that is New Jersey. This is what. Okay. I don't mess around in Jersey, guys. Hello, welcome to the Great Internet Debate. I'm Frank Perez. I'm your East
All
Coast
right, that's
correspondent,
it.
and
We're
we're out
good.
here in
Ladies
Atlantic
and
City
gentlemen.
covering the implosion of Trump Plaza.
great show tonight.
Thank you to
I
the beautiful
appreciate
state
you all. This is our closing
that is New
shot. We
Jersey.
got Frankie's already rolled. And then